Hi, my name is Paul Thompson. I'm the Sales and Marketing Director for Ikaru People. And one of the products we supply to many hundreds of recruitment companies is a product called Voyager Infinity. And here today, I'm with Mike Powell, Sales Director of CV-Library, who's going to give us a bit of an insight into some of the latest trends and figures on the jobs market. So, Mike, tell me, what are the trends that you're noticing at CV-Library at the moment?
We are the UK's leading independent job board, and we're fortunate to have access to huge amounts of candidate data. So what I can tell you is that we are obviously seeing increased volumes of CV registrations and people applying to jobs. I think everybody's aware of that. But actually, in fact, CV registrations have increased by nearly 11% in July, and job applications rose by around 9% year on year. So unfortunately, given the current climate, the job vacancies have dropped by a pretty huge 47% since last July. There's a lot more competition for the roles that are available, as everybody knows. This time last year, we were actually averaging around 11 applications a vacancy. We've seen this rise by 105%. So we're now seeing an average of 22 applications. Some vacancies are receiving in the hundreds. So you can see the impact it's had.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I saw only a couple of days ago an article on the BBC website about 1,000 people applying for a receptionist role in a hotel in Manchester. I mean, how would you manage that influx in candidates? It's literally a tidal wave of applications coming into your mailbox. It's hard to imagine how you'd find the right candidate with that volume of admin and cost in actually managing the process. We've seen some pretty scary figures too. I mean, only today it was announced that 730,000 people have lost their jobs as a result of COVID so far, and that's predicted to go up by another 1 million people by the year end. Bank of England quoting something like 7.5% for the jobless figures. So yeah, scary times. I mean, I know you guys have got a crazy amount of applicants on your platform, something like, don't quote me on this, 15 million or so. I can imagine that getting up to as many as 20 million, and I don't know how long that would take, but certainly there's going to be a massive challenge for recruiters finding that needle in the haystack, or as I say more often than not now, the needle in the haystacks. It's not to take anything away from recruiters, but their job is going to get harder. So yeah, I mean, what can we do to sort of help recruiters, do you think?
As mentioned before, some of the roles are attracting hundreds, if not thousands, and it can be pretty overwhelming. Let's not forget the hard work that the recruiters do put into actually sourcing these candidates. But companies have spent years perfecting their hiring process to target passive candidates, and they've now got to adapt to cater for more active job seekers. With the furlough scheme coming to an end in a matter of months, we could see this increasing even further towards the back end of the year. And that's obviously good news for companies that are actively hiring, but it also means that recruiters really do need to start searching smarter in order to filter out the best candidates, like you say.
Yeah, I think more so than ever, the challenges are down to time. How can a recruiter best manage their time? If you only get paid when you find somebody a job, but you have an open door policy for applicants that is something you can't really control, then I think clients are quite right to question how recruiters are recruiting. If I'm going to use an agency to find the right person, I'm expect them to skills test the candidate. I want them to have met the candidate, and COVID has brought an unlimited amount of challenges for recruiters. I would actually highlight that actually right now more than ever, a recruiter is worth their weight in gold. I mean, if I had a vacancy, and we have a couple of vacancies on the go at the moment, but I'm using agencies to find the best talent. I'm not paying agencies to do admin and sift through millions of records. So it's certainly some interesting times.
Absolutely, and some of the numbers you mentioned there, we're seeing our end too. I actually saw something online a few days ago from a very large retailer who was saying that they advertise their jobs now for a maximum of 24 hours because they simply cannot cope.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of the things that I'm really hoping that together our businesses can really help the market. It's going to be an interesting 3 or 4 months ahead. I think one of the things that CV-Library and job boards and websites together with a CRM like ours can do is just give the recruiters the ability to find the needle in the haystack, push through the noise, find that candidate that the client is willing to pay for. The COVID pandemic hasn't generated more finance directors or more marketing managers. It's simply that there are more people to choose from. The recruiter's job is, I would say, even more important than ever before. One of the things that I think we can do to help is, with a tighter integration between Voyager and CV-Library, we can give people the best of both worlds. They'll have access to the biggest pool of candidates probably ever known in the UK market, at a time when the solution that we offer with Voyager will give you the ability as a recruiter to skills test the candidates. So review the market, find the best candidate for you, and interview those people and skills test them at arm's reach with a view to registering the candidates that are ultimately going to arrange you the fee. There's no button to click. It's just good to go right now. By the time people see this video next week, it's out there and available for people to use. And I think by bringing together the vast volume of data that CVLibrary has, and also the ability to search on that effectively and skills test the candidates from a distance, then I think together those two products will really, really give our customers, our mutual customers at least, a real competitive edge.
Absolutely. You know, it's understandable that a lot of recruiters find it easier to conduct their recruitment process from one central platform. So we're absolutely delighted to be integrating with a market leader. And we hope that this will make things easier for recruiters to be finding the best candidates in the market moving forwards through your platform.
Yeah, I think one of the things I'd like to do, Mike, and I'm hoping you're okay with this, is maybe we can kind of keep some of our mutual customers up to date on the impact the two systems working together has had on them. You know, maybe highlight some of the time savings that it brings to them, and maybe we'll give them a bit of a smattering of some statistics, maybe a couple of pretty infographics and stuff over the next couple of months, just to see how the two products together are making our customers' lives easier. I think it's easy for us to do. You've got the statistics. I can prove the conversion ratios. So yeah, let's do what we can to help the recruiters make the most of their time.
Sounds good, Paul.
Nice one.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy. Well, great catching up. Nice to see you again, and no doubt see you soon.
Thanks, Paul. Speak soon.
Cheers,
Bye
buddy.
now.
Bye-bye.